because there's only one puck. And Michael Gilden plays the perfect role with those two guys. He goes and gets the puck. He's really effective with them. He's a gritty player. You know, he has no ego. He's willing to make a play. And so the decision to play Gilden with Hughes and Caulfield and then Boldy with Beecher and Caulfield, I think is very, very interesting by the coaching staff. We see Dan Heinold and John Wroblewski there, but one that's very effective. You see the individual skills, though, of Boldy on that play are in full exhibition.
Dan Heinold, by the way, used to play in Irvik with Modo. He played there during the 04-05 lockout, and then his final season of professional was played in this building. Got a nice ovation from the Swedish fans in yesterday's game.
Former teammate of Super Dave Reeds with the Colorado Avalanche, Cup winners there.
Now part of John Wroblewski's coaching staff, and Jared Nightingale, Kevin Lind as well. And as the Americans set up down low, backhand pass in front, looking for Moynihan, was cut off. And this one's transported all the way down the ice. That'll be iced by Slovakia.
A little bit different combination again. Matthew Boldy now playing with Turcotte and Moynihan, but we've seen with 11 forwards a real mix-up in lines in both left and right. Young Matthew Beniers has played the right side as well as the left side. Kevin Lind, part of this coaching staff as well.
At the point, Cole Caulfield moves it down low across. McCarthy was looking to connect with Hughes. And passed right back to the blue line. Turned over, scores! Looks like Jack Hughes was the last to tip it. It fools Kozel, and the Americans pull out in front 4-1.
Coaching staff looking for answers, but what great positioning by the third forward, high in the slot. And I believe it's called Cole Caulfield, who's in just perfect place. So he's between the two defensemen, high in the middle of the ice. And the European breakouts love to use the middle of the ice. We see McCarthy with the original shot, but watch the positioning of Cole Caulfield, right between the D and the middle of the ice. It's a place they love to stretch the puck to, and what a tip, what hands by Jack Hughes, elevating that puck up over the shoulder of Patrick Kozel. And you have to wonder how long they're going to leave Kozel in here. It's a pretty sweet set of hands there. I think they may be looking to see if this is offside.
Well, it could be as well. You can't score a goal off your glove in IIHF under the rule book, so they got to make sure it was his stick.
Oh, I think it was his stick. I think he deflected it up and over.
I would imagine that's what this review is going to be about. But if it stands, it'll be Jack Hughes' first of the tournament. Consensus number 1 for this year's draft. Of course, New Jersey picking in that spot. We'll have a keen eye on this tournament. Here's another look at it. Certainly looks onside from Caulfield.
Oh, that's all stick. I think it, yeah, they'll be looking at the onside. Little smile from Jack Hughes there. Just the awareness, watch the route back. As soon as he realizes Caulfield has picked that puck up, he's heading back, stick on the ice, good positioning.
Clearly onside.
And that's all stick. So Caulfield may be mentioning that I just don't score goals. I'm capable of finding the open man as well. But when you get a player with that offensive skill and the defensive positioning he was in there, that's the impressive part of it to me. That's saying we're playing the system. We're not diverting from what we do in order to play well as a team and win. When you have the individual skills you have and you're willing to do that within a system, that's very, very impressive.
Here's the verdict. Referees for this one, Andrei Trubak of Belarus and Michael Scherig of Switzerland. And it is a good goal, as we anticipated. So Jack Hughes officially has a goal at the Under-18 Worlds this year. He was part of the team a season ago that won silver, scored 5.
Now think about a player like Jack Hughes, a prolific scorer that he is. Really quiet game yesterday. You might say an off game, yet he gets an assist late. He's got a goal and assist here. All of a sudden he's got 3 points, 4 periods into the tournament.
Americans cross in over the blue line again. It's John Beecher. Swings in behind the net, passes up high to the point, making a move, and his shot is deflected off a body. Goes back to the blue line again. McCarthy back down low. Beecher, sharp angle, couldn't center. Puck creeps over to the far side, pinching in. And back down low. Doug Caulfield looking to shield the puck away from the defense. Slovakia take it right back, force it ahead. Soika off on the wing. Taransky has it. Quickly converged on by the defenseman McCarthy. Pass back into the corner. McCarthy lifts it off the glass up to Doug Caulfield. Taken back in by McCarthy. Off the boards now to Cam York. Long stretch pass. Misses everybody, so it's iced.
A dangerous time for the Slovakian team right now. That early goal in the second period puts them in a deep hole. After they made it 2-1 in the power play, they were feeling pretty good about themselves, and then Goldie snapped back seconds after that goal and made it 3-1 late in the period, and seems to have taken a little air out of the squad.
We saw early in the third of yesterday's game how quickly things can snowball for this American team when they get their offensive players at their best, as Rowe turns this one aside. Had a 2-1 lead going into the third against Sweden, and eventually broke that open to score 4 in the final stanza. As this puck pops up and out of play off a stick.
And by all quantitative accounts, the most prolific U.S. team that this program has put together in its existence, breaking the records, the scoring records of players like Clayton Keller, point-wise, and Phil Kessel, goal-wise, with Jack Hughes and Cole Caulfield, but a much deeper team as well in terms of scoring, as we're seeing the breadth of scoring on the score sheet. This is far from a one-line team.
Slavic passes over to Taransky, taken in by David Mudrak. Comes goal in Slovakia. His pass is cut off. Americans try and power his shot through. That's blocked. Mudrak skates back over to it again, and one hands it ahead for Taransky. From the neutral zone, shoots it into the corner. Swept back around to the far side. Uri Eliash cuts it off, centers, and looking to poke it towards the net was Valagura. Now back at center, Cole Caulfield. Stick handles over the blue line. Caulfield on his backhand. Pass back out for Hughes, but his shot never came as Taransky hustles down the ice. Connects on a lengthy feed to Simon Yelis, who centers back the other way. Sharp angle, and this one is hung on to by Cam Rowe for the whistle.
Very important the Slovakian team keeps doing what they do. They can't change their game plan. They've got to continue to move the puck through the neutral zone, and they lack the finish to go with the game. They move the puck very well, actually, but around the net, the plays seem to die. They don't have that finish that clearly the U.S. program has.
Simon Yelis to take this draw. He plays his junior at Luleå of the Swedish Junior League. That's way up north too. Here's an interference penalty right off the faceoff.
And with the Slovak program, they've done a good job of keeping more players at home.
So Marshall Warren in the box here from the States. Here you see it.
Right off the faceoff, just holding up for his mate to go back and get the puck. And
now Slovakia to the power play again. Already converted on one. Shot bounds off the boards. Late penalty upcoming again as it's touched ahead by Volny, but it's going to be a 5-on-3 tripping to the U.S.
Well, a terrific opportunity for the Slovakian team here.
So Fensori looks like we'll skate to the box a minute 49, 5-on-3. This is as good of a chance as the Slovaks might get to get back into it.
As you're going through a tournament early on, when you've got a 3-goal lead, you don't mind your power, your penalty kill getting a little work, but we see that penalty in front of the net. But 5-on-3 is a big task, and the Slovakians 1 for 2 on the power play and an opportunity to get back in the hockey game. They have to be thinking 2 goals here, not just 1.
out of the corner. Passed up to Chajkovic. He'll take it right back. Down low to the goal line. Chajkovic again. One-timers fanned on. Over to it is Hoschuk. Passed off the boards. Paransky gives it back to Hoschuk. Right back to Paransky, and a shot kicked out by Rowe. Scramble in front, and it's under the American goaltender, and he hangs on for the whistle.
Cameron Rowe coming up big on the 5-on-3, and the U.S. decided to go with two forwards. Patrick Moynihan and Owen Lindmark, the two forwards. Case McCarthy, the defenseman, so they can slide in and out. A great opportunity, a toe save, and then he finds the puck on the rebound. Maybe a little bit fortunately with his glove, it looked like he was sliding back out.
So Chajkovic fans on his pass. He'll track it down. Back down low. Now it comes over for Chromiak. Hoschuk. Back to Chromiak. Up high to Chajkovic. Shoots. That's off Shoika in front. Drifts back to Knazhko at the point. Now Chajkovic shoots a wrist shot. That's fought off by Rowe. To the far side it goes. Hoschuk barrels into the boards. Knazhko keeps it in. Chromiak with a shot. Stopped by Rowe. And he makes another. Loose in the crease. And Rowe flops on top of this one too. He has been the Americans' best penalty killer in this 5-on-3.
I think Drew Hellison might have saved one there. Again, we see the three forwards out there. Judd Caulfield out there at that point with John Beecher and Drew Hellison, and as that puck slides across behind, I think it's Hellison who stops it. We see a good look as the puck comes back across. We're not going to get a final view of it, but I think Hellison saved one there.
So here comes Slovakia looking for something in the final 30 seconds. Mrazek passes to the far side. Back up high. Yelis slides over to Turan. Back to Yelis. Quick pass fired by Mrazek. Missed the mark of Crotch. Now to the point. Turan fires a drive, and that's stopped. And hung on to again by Rowe.
A real good response by Cameron Rowe here, going from his left to right. That's what they favored on this setup. It seems the right shots are their one-timers. Good seam passes by the Slovakian squad. Big goalie in front of the net trying to create a screen, and the U.S. close to through this. A real good test for Cameron Rowe, and he has answered that test.
Right off the face-off, it pops out to center. Knazhko passes back, and that'll all but do it for the Slovak 5-on-3. Not for lack of chances, but unable to come away with a goal. A couple of seconds at a 5-on-4. Chajkovic back across, and Rowe with another stop, but it's in. Dominic Soika on the doorstep, and Slovakia in the last seconds of the power play finally get one through.
It was Chajkovic again on the weak side as the puck came across, and what an initial save by Cameron Rowe. And he couldn't find the rebound. Looked like the U.S. had control of the puck, and it popped off Jack Hughes' stick. Comes across, and a great little pass across. Troika, though, stopped on the initial play. A remarkable save by Cameron Rowe, and he's frustrated. 7 or 8 strong saves on the 5-on-3. Dominic Troika beats him late. The big man finding the rebound. And a little smile breaking through that cage.
6'6", 210 pounds. Dominic Soika, Maxim Stritska, Slovakia. The Slovak team has some big bodies. The average size, or height I should say, on this team is 6'2". That makes them the tallest on average in the tournament.
You have to relook that you're at an under-18 tournament, don't you, when you see a team with the average age of 6'2". Average height of rather 6'2".
The Slovaks have some big players. You know, Adam Ruzicka, Radovan Bond for both recent examples. Of course, Zdeno Chara is pretty big, I hear.
People say that.
There's Chromiak on the wing. Must be something in the water in Slovakia. As it's curled back around by Jan Lasik. Taken away, though, by the Americans. Cole Caulfield the other way into the slot, looks to rip one through. Jack Hughes takes it and centers. Back to the point, hard shot from McCartan, just missed. Caulfield on the wing, punches it back to the blue line. Jack Hughes has it go between the wickets and can't reel it back in, so Slovakia breakout. Off the wing, that one sent right in by Chromiak to Rowe. Fields it down and nearly passed it right back to the side where Chromiak was waiting. Slovaks take it again. Passed into the slot. Shot launched wide of the net. Hustling over to it is Budryk. Bounces back out in front. Turning around is IIHF with a shot. And now back to center comes Caulfield. He'll lob this one in as the Americans go back to change. And this one's up and out of play, matter of fact. Back in a moment, the Americans still out in front, 4-2. Well, got a bit of a game on our hands now with Slovakia down by just 2, 4-2 to the Americans. And all 5 goals the Slovaks have scored in this tournament have come on the power play.
That was officially a power play goal very late in the 5-on-3. I believe it was when it was 5-on-4.
That's right.
But they are now 2 for 4 today in the power play. So the U.S. might want to remind themselves of that and stay out of the box.
Valagura knocked down to the ice. Back behind the net. Looks to pass out. On the backhand, sweeps it over. Budryk with a shot, misses. Taken in by IIHF to the point. Another drive, screams wide of the net. To the point again. Another shot right on Rowe, and he stops this one as he kicks out the foot. That one from IIHF again. Now the Americans on the counter rush. Michael Gilden behind the net, tried to center. There was Alex Turcotte, who already has one in the game. Crotch held up by Boldy. Crotch will take it away. The big 6'2" winger runs it down the ice. Takes a spill into the boards. Moynihan takes it away, snaps it down the ice. Now a breakaway. Beecher with a shot, and that one ticks off the iron and flies out of play.
Beecher with the breakaway goal yesterday, actually on his own rebound, showing good speed, but a great stretch pass. And another push by the Slovaks after that goal. Another good opportunity. That's a real good looking stretch pass up the middle. It looked like crossbar and out of play. Exactly what it was for John Beecher. He'd beaten Patrick Kozel on that play, but a really nice push by the Slovaks here after they've made it 4-2 on their second power play goal of the night. And the Americans want to get their game back in order here.
John Beecher on the backhand to the point, and that shot was fluttering in from Marshall Warren right into Kozel, who hangs on.
Coming in against the favorites like the U.S. team, it's important the Slovaks keep their balance. Keep pushing, keep trying to draw penalties. As I mentioned earlier, I think they've moved the puck very well through the neutral zone. I've been impressed with their speed through the neutral zone. They haven't had to finish other than on their power play opportunities.
Knashko, short pass ahead. Feed up from Soika's sort of fanned on as the Americans try and come back in, but they're offside.
He did, and they had a guy going up the middle. They had used a whip pass coming out of their zone, and then there was an opening up the middle, and I think that's what the coaches are laughing about right there. Something I think they can exploit is the middle of the ice, the bigger ice surface against the U.S. teams, because naturally the U.S. defensemen line up with the dots, and there's just a little more ice to use there. The width of the ice, 15 feet wider than the North American ice surface.
Now the Americans are set up 5-on-5. Owen Lindmark leaned on by Turin. Up along the wing. Kept in by the Americans. Veneers high in the zone, skips it across. Vlasic passes back down low. Moschuk lost it. USA center, and this one will glide all the way back into the neutral zone. Quickly up from front. In on the wing. Back across, and that shot is just powered wide by Case McCarthy on the feed for Matthew Beniers. Beniers tries to knock it down. He does. Passes back in front. Caulfield can't shoot it. He might have outstick-handled himself there. And Slovakia bank it off the boards out to center.
Two good-looking passes by Matthew Beniers. One on a one-timer across. Another one, a little slip pass into the seam.
Now Hughes to the front of the net. That's stopped by Kozel. Close quarters again. Is McCarthy back to the net? That deflects off the leg of Didos and back to center ice.
Matthew Boldy with another good opportunity there.
Fluttering puck, batted down at center, kicked ahead by Matthew Boldy. Here he comes again. Hughes in on the forecheck two. Udrich, however, sweeps it around to the near side. Chaykovich evades one, tries to shrug off Boldy. Chops it in, goes back to change. Now Hlavik passes off, shot, skips wide of the net. Hlavik keeps it moving back around, low in the zone. Pass back out to the defenseman Hlavik, banks it off the boards. Taken in by Yelis. Yelis looking back across. That one didn't get through the maze of American sticks though. And the USA crossed the Slovak line. To the net shot, that's stopped by Kozel as well. He caught a piece of it, I think. As it rattled off the glass too, and Cam York, again at the point, shovels it over. Jack Hughes leaves it for Cam York. York high in the zone, shot knocked down by Boldy. Caulfield skates over to it. Holds it in at the line, snaps it back across. Diving into the net, Kozel stopped it with the pad as Marshall Waring was fresh off the bench.
Marshall Waring showing a nice ability to jump up on the play on the weak side.
Now Patrick Moynihan shuffles up the middle. Turcotte, who's given some problems by the defense, gets away from Razik. Chips it past him. It is held up by Kreitz. Now in the neutral zone, Warren corrals it again and passes over to the near side off the boards. Dominic Fensori up for Moynihan. Swatted right back by Slovakia. The Americans cross the line again. Marshall Warren down low, looking to slip it out in front. Gilden and Sori centers. Gilden will take it back in. Now Moynihan, good pressure here from the States. But Artur Taransky, as I say that, clears it back to center. Slovakia breaking in. Soika was in behind the defense, but the pass was just out of his reach. Comes back to the point. Shot in on net is stopped by the defenseman in front, and pouncing on is Hambro. The Americans still out in front, maintaining a 4-2 lead. Still 4-1 for the U.S., or rather 4-2 for the USA in the second period. And they started the stanza with a 4-1 lead, but the Slovaks have made it close with the power play marker to get to within 2.
They have on their power play, but they've also had a pretty good push 5-on-5 post power play after it was 4-2. Cameron Rowe's been called on to make some good saves.
6:40 to go in the period now as the Americans break right back in, curled out in front, no shot though. And this one's ramped off the boards up and out by Alex Vlasic.
Cousin of Mark Edward Vlasic of the San Jose Sharks, who was back in the lineup and makes a big difference for that San Jose club as they beat Vegas last night in their Stanley Cup playoffs. A little bit different profile in the cousin, almost 6'7" at 17 years of age.
Alex has a sister as well, Emma Vlasic, in her 4th year of eligibility at Yale in the NCAA. And a shot from the near side, turned away by Rowe. Vlasic, he's committed to Boston University for 2020-2021, so he's got some time before he gets there. The Americans will look to set up here in the offensive zone. Lindmark can't corral it, so it's taken in by Drew Hellison. Passes across to McCarthy from Clarence, New York. Ahead now is John Beecher right up the middle, looks to pass off, comes back to McCarthy with space. He shoots and missed on the far side.
Sean Farrell had set up on the short side of the net, and that's where Beecher was looking.
Now Sean Farrell with the puck in his skates, got to deal with the 6'5" frame of Oliver Curran as well. Now taken in by Turansky, ahead for Jan Lasik, off his stick. Digging for it, Turansky with Lasik. Cam York takes it away. Now by the Slovakian bench, it's moved up and off the boards for John Beecher by himself. Gets some reinforcements off the bench. Dealing with Elias and Mudrak. Slovakia work it back up the ice. It'll be taken in though by McCarthy. He whips it back to center. On the wing now, Jack Hughes passes up the middle, and a shot is directed up and out of play from Cam York, who is ranging in the point position. USA still out in front with 4:57 to go in the second. Back in the World Under-18s, USA in their second preliminary game, already 1-0 in this tournament, up by 2. That's the Slovak team who's coming in off a 6-3 loss to Russia as the Americans send it in from the wing. It's Cole Caulfield who got the scoring started in this game as a hard shot from Jack Hughes is kicked away by Kozel. Caulfield takes it on the wing again, switches with Hughes, passes over to the near side for Fensori, back to the net, tipped by Hughes but couldn't get through the defense. Now ahead with it is Valagura. Dishes off, looking for Turansky, who had a bouncing puck. He'll take it back to center. Turansky, one of 3 Slovakian players who played junior back in the United States, actually midget, is Turansky with a shot. That one's hung on to by Rowe. The other in the lineup today is Jan Lasik, who plays for Ole Jokinen at the South Florida Academy.
A new program that's sprung up in the last couple of years down in South Florida, and what the Slovakian and Czech federations have done is tried to keep players at home rather than going to play their junior hockey in North America or Sweden or Finland. And you've got still a half a dozen or 8 Slovakians who play their hockey abroad, some Austria, Sweden, Finland, the US, and you really want to try and keep them at home. And the model program is this US program. And that's how they've been so successful, is putting the players together and growing them together. And while it's an ideal model, it's not always practical, and part of it's economical. It's an expensive program to run.
Here's Alex Turcotte to the backhand with a close shot on Kozel that stopped it. Slovaks have replicated it somewhat a little bit with Team Orange, under 20. There's 4 players on this under 18 squad that have played games with the U20 squad in Slovakia. They play in the Pro League, but routinely get hammered by some of the top teams there.
And that's the ideal. If you have a vertical system, as the Swedes and the Finns do, where you can play in a junior program, come up through the ranks, and play games up in divisions, maybe in Division 1 in Sweden or in the men's league. Finland has the same system. It just gives you that much more experience, and that's what they're trying to develop in some of the other European countries.
Now down the ice comes Levitska. Brought into the boards. Turansky looking for it there as well. He plays with Selects Hockey in South Kent, Connecticut.
They've developed some pretty good players in that program.
Joel Farabee, probably the best recent example.
Philadelphia Flyer draft pick. Just recently turned pro.
On the near side, the Americans trying to sweep this one in deep, but Turansky takes it back up the middle, passes off to Soika. Poked away from Turansky. Sent back down the ice, and nearly in alone was Michael Gilden. But offside at the American blue line.
Slovaks have settled in nicely after that 4-2 goal. They actually had a pretty good push offensively. Yes, they've given up some chances, and there's been some good saves at both ends of the rink. Patrick Kozel making a couple of good saves, and the U.S. misfiring some chances. But this game, what was looking like a pretty comfortable game, is not as comfortable right now for the U.S. program.
So McCarthy for the point, holds it in. Now Gilden on the wing. Tried to rip that one toward the net. Julian got in the way. Pass by Vlasic off the boards, back out to center. Gilden back ahead, off the foot of Vlasic. Controlled by Slovakia, and they chip this one in. Forced back around by McCarthy. Stepping out from behind the net is Vlasic. Now Moynihan with a nifty move to get around Hlavik. But couldn't connect on a pass. Crossing over center of the Slovaks, right in on Rowe. Fires it back up off the Slovak player, and his shot is kicked out as Rowe makes up for his own mistake.
That's a big late save by Cameron Rowe right there on the turnover, the self-turnover. A bouncing puck, but he flashes the pad out.
Now off the boards. This puck lies flat for Cam York. And he'll pass it ahead. Crossing over the blue line. Sean Farrell turns around by the half wall. Looks back across, connects on a pass, and a shot is fired high by Beniers. Comes back to the point. Faking the shot is Thrun, and the second attempt is deflected up and away.
Shot of Cameron Rowe there. That's a big save late in the period. He tries to clear it. Slovakian gets his stick on the puck, and as he fires it in, IIHF with a good chance. A good quick shot on a bouncing puck that Cameron Rowe handles.
The Americans will set up the offensive zone. Drop pass just stays onside as Thrun takes it. Goes back to Jack Hughes along the far side boards. Settled by Golian, the top-ranked Slovakia player heading into the draft. As now here comes Mrazek the other way with a shot, and that's fought off by Rowe. Came right back into the slot, but the Americans gobble it up. Now a stretch pass. Here's Caulfield to the net. That's off the iron. Cole Caulfield sneaks in behind the defense again, and now it's centered. Caulfield darting to the net. Boy, this hasn't been a very eventful period for him until the very end.
Till late.
Boy, is the Americans looking for another late dagger. As Thrun takes it back in, banned on the pass. York back around the board. Slovakia hold it in, but the whistle blows behind the play.
Too many men on the ice potentially.
That'll be the call. There was a change ongoing in the Slovak bench.
When you get a quick flash of a player and he looks very, very guilty, but wasn't in the play, that's normally the reason. And I think that was the goal scorer, Soika, that had the very, very guilty. I maybe wasn't where I should have been looking. Cole Caulfield, we see him coming off the wing. But look at him, how he protects the puck. He drops that leg right there and just protects the puck against the stick at the perfect time. Golian, the big defender, couldn't get his stick around.
Scores off the face-off. Right away, what do you know? It's Cole Caulfield with another.
Not quite sure how to react to this. Watching the 5th goal in 5 periods. His parents enjoying it immensely.
He's on pace for 21 now in the tournament.
Wow, talk about taking advantage. What a strong face-off win with help. Boldy helping Turcotte on the draw. Caulfield putting it just inside the bar. What a shot on Patrick Kozel. Ladies and gentlemen, Cole Caulfield's a goal scorer.
Well, we figured all the fanfare might be around Jack Hughes, a consensus #1, but it's been his teammate and line mate, Cole Caulfield, who has taken Irvik by storm. Second today. Can he go for back-to-back hat-tricks? You'll have 20 minutes to try and do it at the start of the 3rd. And Taransky, as the clock winds down, sends a weak one toward the net.
Once again, the U.S.